So I have no idea what I'm doing because all of this has changed since I played it, what, fucking 3 years ago? So we'll find out what's going on. That's pretty cool, though. That's really cool.
One eternity later.
Okay, so after waiting way longer than the timer screen said, it was probably close to 5 or 6 minutes, I finally got into a game. And I realized that part of that is because uh, this is a training mission. It's a, you know, PvE mission, and I'm assuming that people who are playing Armored Warfare aren't still doing these very often. But because I haven't played in probably 3 years, I figured that I would uh, not get into a game and upset my entire team by being really bad, um, and just jump into a game. And I'm familiar with this map. I played this map a good bit, and it's a decent map. The idea is obviously to destroy all the enemy vehicles and then get into the areas on the map there to where the circles are and uh, save some humanitarian assistance goods or whatever from the bad guys, and some contraband stuff or whatever. Anyway, so I am playing the Starship, which is basically like an M60 with a rocket launching derp cannon on it, and I've always loved this vehicle. Sophie did a video recently, a walk around video of one of the surviving versions of this thing, and it's pretty cool to see up front. It's in bad condition, but it's a pretty cool vehicle. So anyway, I'm playing that in this game here, and it's a pretty standard game. This thing basically kills whatever it hits, and just want to get my feet wet. Something happened. I don't know. One of the reasons I stopped playing this when I needed to take a break from it because they changed some things. I just wasn't enjoying it as much anymore. Although they've got some great tanks in here, I really do. I do. There's a lot of things I like about this game, but I took a break from it, and then I came back about, I don't know, 6 months or so ago, right when I was starting to play World of Tanks again, and I thought I would try and play this. And my screen, I don't know what they did, whether they updated the game or whatever, but it was completely unplayable. I had so many artifacts on my screen that there were lines everywhere. You just couldn't see anything. And even though I tried to update my drivers and you know uh, go back to NVIDIA and try and make sure that I had the game optimized for my computer settings at the time, it was just completely unplayable. It wasn't that it was slow or anything like that. It just the screen, you could not physically see anything on the screen because of so many artifacts. So I kind of gave up for a while, but when I decided to go ahead and upgrade uh, my computer to Windows 10, which I've done here, um, I thought I'd go ahead and fix the game, and I tried to update it from the my.com game center update thing, and it would not do it. I had to completely delete the entire game, um, delete all the files and everything from the game everywhere, and it even had trouble like uninstalling some things. So I finally got it completely uninstalled and reinstalled, and voila, here it is. It works fine. The image is great. It runs very, very smooth. Everything seems to be working fine. The only problem I have with the game now is I have no idea what's going on with the control panel. I'm assuming that there was another wipe at one point in here, and when it wiped, the all of my settings and everything I had before for my crew members and everything kind of went away because there's things that are not installed on vehicles that I know were installed previously, and crew member skills that had to be reset, and there's a bunch of money in the bank there, so I'm assuming that there was another wipe, and it kind of changed things. So I've got to have to figure out how to use the new control panel. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with my crew skills now, and what people should go on what vehicles, and uh, reinstall components and things that I guess that I had thought I'd earned, and are now not installed anymore, and they've kind of changed how things work. And so anyway, I'm going to have to spend some time not recording, going through there and figuring this thing out. If I'm going to play it anymore, then I'm going to need to make sure that I have all that squared away. So anyway, this game is kind of a good break World of Tanks. I like it better than whatever that other tank game is out there. So um, anyway, that's where we are with it. So running through this map here, it's almost done, and we will pick it back up in just a few minutes.
Contraband, good job. We'll take that one out. Mission complete. Good work. The civilians will be happy. We have control of the docks and cartel ships. It will take some time to sort through the contraband here, but you've done your...
Fine. It works anyway. It's been a long time since that game worked. Alright, so I mean, it is what it is. Alright, well that works. So we're going to go ahead and pause this here, but I've been able to play this game in a couple of years and it now works. So I am pleased. I like this tank. My second favorite tank on the planet. And that was a little finger dip into the water there to see what this game is all about today. It obviously has a lot of stuff that I need to understand, like insignias and putting in my booster slots and all that sort of shit. But dossier, it's been a long time since I played this. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so there we are. So we will play more of this in the future. So, alright, so yesterday I had to upgrade my computer to Windows 10 from Windows 7 because Microsoft decided the last couple of days to stop supporting Windows 7. Even though it was a great program, Windows 764 is no longer supported, no longer going to be providing security updates or anything else for it, even though it's the largest software for use in the world. But beside that, no more support, so I had to upgrade to Windows 10. Then, while I was doing that, I got rid of my two graphics cards, my GTX 980s, and changed them out for one RTX 2080. They're behind me over there on that chair in those plastic bags. So I got on YouTube and looked to see what it was going to be like to switch out my graphics card, and it was basically easy peasy lemon squeezy, just, you know, fucking unscrew this, unplug that, pull it out, good to go, move on. No, it's not that. So, needless to say, Amazon is about to be shipping me over the next couple of days a whole bunch of fucking parts that I do not need because I ordered them out of fear that I was not going to be able to do what I wanted to do, but it turns out that I can. So, anyway, I got my new graphics card installed, did it myself. I'm very proud of that. It does not seem to be overheating. Everything seems to be working. And my Windows 10 all seems to be working as well, which is pretty fucking amazing. And then today, my internet company came and upgraded my internet from 300 megabytes a second to 1 gig up and down per second, which is pretty fucking amazing as well. So now I am just testing everything out at max resolution to see if it all works, and if it does, what's the speed like, what's the graphics card look like, how's it all going, and everything seems to actually be working like it fucking should. So I'm pretty amazed with how this is going. So I am just testing all my games to see what works and what doesn't work, and it all looks like it's working. Okay, so just like in Armored Warfare there, I am testing the new settings on World of Warships, I pulled out the Atlanta, and again, just like in Armored Warfare, I decided to get into a PvE game rather than get into a team match with people and screw up their game because I've not played this in so long. So, not played it seriously in a long time. So I grabbed my Atlanta and just went out there and started just shooting the absolute seven bells of hell out of things. So, um, not a difficult match. Don't by any means think that this is, you know, me against real opponents because it's not. Um, but the game looks really good and it's running really smooth. I didn't have the same problems with World of Warships that I had with Armored Warfare, obviously. I think the platform's a little bit more stable. And I don't have any, I'm not running any mods on World of Warships like I do in World of Tanks, so I didn't have to worry about anything potentially messing the game up that way. So this is purely just me getting out there and shooting stuff and seeing the quality of the video and how smooth it is and that sort of thing, and checking my frame rates and my ping and that sort of stuff. So that's really what I was trying to accomplish here, and it is what it is. The match isn't the greatest in the world, but everything seems to work. So anyway, we'll probably just go ahead and move on from here and get into the next video, because again, this is not the super most interesting dynamic thing on the planet. It is fun playing the well, no, we'll stick around because I'm about to remember how to volley fire uh, or ripple fire as opposed to volley fire rounds here in a minute. I'd forgotten how much fun that was with the Atlanta. It's just so beautiful to watch shells just come off your ship constantly. It's just so pretty. Anyway, so yes, I've remembered how to do it now, and so that is what I am doing, and it sure is fun. This guy didn't know whether to shit or go blind, but what a great, what a great set of guns on this thing. Obviously, if this was a real live bad person, he would have tried to tar me and feather me immediately, but he's obviously paying attention to somebody else, so that is good for me. Um, yeah, and we'll get behind this thing and not be able to shoot him anymore. There we go. Last round's out. And then we'll turn around and try to pummel another guy over there. I sure do like the Atlanta. I mean, I know it's weak, but boy golly, is it sure a nice ship. I don't know how much Armored Warfare I'm really going to play. I mean, I like it. I do like it. I know they're still talking about bringing submarines in and things like that. Um, but I haven't played it for so long that I'll probably, if I'm going to play it, I'm probably going to start back in the bottom. Um, I'm probably going to go back down to the early tiers, tier 3, tier 4, somewhere in there, and just kind of rework my way back up the food chain. So anyway, here we go. That's the end of the game, and on to the scoreboard. Oh, all right. Okay. So that worked. Yay, 15, 6. Oh, nice, cool. Thank you. That was nice. So, yeah, so if anybody needs, whoops, two GTX 980s, there they are. And that's my new 2080 box. Probably going to get another one of those because they do an SLI bridge for them, so I might get another one of those. But anyway, so I've got internet upgraded, Windows 10 installed, 20 RTX 2080, and I'm going to get another 64 megs of RAM, which Corsair RAM, uh, which I will install on Saturday. The Wi-Fi is working like a champ now. So, I mean, even with it being wireless, and my office where I am right now is way at the front of the house, and my connection is way at the back in the garage down in the basement. So it's a long way from here to there, and I can't wire the house for whatever reason. It's just going to be too much effort. So we have a wireless access point up here, and it is really, really fast, even though it's not the full gig, just because I'm so far away from where I need to be wired. But still, it's pretty magnificent. So anyway, that's what's happened here. This game worked like a champ. The settings are all super high. Very pleased with that. I'm going to play some World of Tanks, and we'll see how that works. Done Armored Warfare, and that for the first time in 2.5 years, the game actually works for me. I don't know what was going on before, but they did something to it, and it used to work great on this computer, and then they did something to it, and it didn't work anymore. But now, it works like a champ. So I'm going to play some more Armored Warfare. I'm not sure I'm going to make any videos for a while, just because there's so much about that game that I still have to learn. But yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with it, and I will be playing some of that because they've got a tank or two that I really enjoy there. Oh, British cruisers and an airplane and an old side paddle wheel, side wheeler. Look at that, an old side wheeler. Yeah, so is that the Britannia? I think that's the Britannia. Isn't that the Queen's yacht? Maybe that's the Queen's yacht. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we're now that we're up and running again, and everything's going smooth, and everything seems to work. Knock on wood. We will be doing even better videos than we did before, because we will actually be able to do full 1080 HD and 3440 by 1440 format, and everything will actually come through clear. It will look exactly like it does on my screen, and I am very pleased with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's see what else we can come up with. I'll put a little World of Tanks video in here next, and we will go from there. So I'll see you guys back in a second. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, I've updated my computer software, my computer hardware, and my internet, and so I'm just testing all my games. I've got them on max settings. I'm just testing everything to make sure that it all works, and it appears to be working well. So I've done World Warfare, World of Warships, and now World of Tanks, and so we're just going to do a game. We're just going to do a real quick game and see how, if the mods are all set like they're supposed to be, and the game doesn't have any artifacts, it's no lagging. I'm going to be operating at hopefully close to 100 frames a second. My CPU should be under 25%. And yeah, so we're going to see how this works. And if it does work well, then we are off to the races with everything else we want to be doing. So let's hope that we get into a game here in the next minute or so. I'm not just babbling on about it. And this will be the last thing I need to check tonight. And then I can turn off my computer for a little bit, and I can spend some time with my girl. Alright, so here we go, jumping into a fight. Pretty good one. Running at 80, 92, 94, 91, 101, 90-something frames a second. And CPU's at 25. That's pretty good. So I don't think I'm going to go down that way. I think I'm going to go around this way in the back. So let's give it a shot. I got to adjust the sound settings. Sorry about that. That's better. go. Alright, well, it works. Alright, so that is the third of the games that I am playing right now. I will need to do Modern Warfare and make sure that's working and that all the settings for Modern Warfare are now engaged with the new graphics card and all of that sort of stuff. So I'll optimize that with the NVIDIA settings, and I won't play that game until I get my boy back online where he can play it with me, as I think that's fun and I don't want to play without him. So anyway, we will be doing another Modern Warfare video in the near future as soon as I can tear him away from his homework and get him to play with me. But at least I was able to get all three of these done at max resolution, and I am very pleased with that. So that is it for today on this video. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope it wasn't too boring. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is probably not for everybody. It's a little long and it's probably kind of boring, but I just wanted to check everything out and let you guys see what ended up happening with my new graphics card. So thanks very much. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next one. This is Tanks for the Mammeries. See you later.
Yeah.